Welcome to Theory of Pets. I'm a passionate pet owner with a drive to help others like me uncover the truth about the pet industry and what goes on behind the scenes.
I have a short-haired dog, and I'm sure there's plenty of people that live in areas that it's cold and also have short hair. I mean, it's not very practical to like pick up just because you get a short-haired dog that you need to like go somewhere where it's more warm. What is the coldest temperature a short-haired dog should be in, I guess, completely exposed before it starts to get into like dangerous territory?
Yeah, so I know I always toe the line, but there's really not one definitive answer. For the most part, dogs are pretty tolerant of cold weather, but like you mentioned, short hair versus long hair versus medium hair, wiry coat, undercoat, how much fat in the composition of the dog that um, all goes into play. But the best advice I have for short-haired dogs, I mean, they're certainly not built for the cold. Things like they have more of a bare belly. They don't have much fur on their belly. There's some really large vessels or veins that run along their abdomen
Mm-hmm.
that can lose a lot of heat, and there's no insulation there. If they don't have a lot of fat insulation, both around their abdomen or dogs that are used to being like huskies and malamutes, they actually have a fat pad in their feet that provides a little bit more insulation. So in short-haired dogs, we usually see they have a little bit more dainty feet, so they don't have that extra protection. So for those guys, I would just kind of read their body language. So if your dog runs out and is just having a blast in the snow and doing zoomies and just having a great time, I wouldn't worry too much about it. But they get to a point where you notice any shivering, if they're trying to curl up into a ball, if they're being, they look like they're walking on eggshells, like their feet are hurting or anything like that, then I would always err on the side of the caution and bring them back in. For walks and that sort of thing, I would always plan it out and try not to get too far out with shorter haired dogs. Kind of have a little bit shorter duration walks just in case they do get cold. You can get them back into a little bit more controlled climate.
Mm-hmm. Okay. A real quick little side note, just because you talked about curling up in like a little ball. My dog, she does that at night when I turn the AC down to 69. Is that dangerous for her to be out in 69 degrees? Do you think she'll be fine? My girlfriend, she's like, you need to cover her up. She's so cold.
Yeah, I think she'll make it. It's my diagnosis there, but yeah, dogs curling up into a ball. Couple of things are happening right there. So for one, they're usually rotating their abdomen away from the cold surface. So those large vessels that I mentioned before, they're usually a little bit more insulated. They have, the body heat of the rest of their body kind of insulating them. Most dogs will actually tuck their nose under their tail. That's the cutest thing ever, but it's actually if they're in really extreme temperatures, the first thing that's going to freeze is anything that has moisture around it. So to prevent, their noses and their mucous membranes from having any kind of ice development, they just tuck it right in between their tail and have a little more insulation. So
mine like will curl up and she'll like push her face like onto her her butt, basically, not under her tail, but like right on her butt bone. She'll just like look at you if you're like walking around the house. She'll like watch you. Yeah. So, but she does that pretty often. I mean, I tried. That's why I warm up the temperature to 75 during the day, and then I cannot sleep in 75-degree weather. There's no way. That is too hot for me. Sorry for the little side tangent, but